In terms of artistic criticism, the phrase nails on a chalkboard is considered to be a negative descriptor in almost any circumstances for fairly obvious reasons. I mean, it's fucking nails on a goddamn chalkboard. But if there was a band that has ever perfected nails on a chalkboard to a literal art form, then the Massachusetts hardcore band Vein has done so in their 28-minute debut album, Errorzone, which is an LP filled with a consortium of what my mother would describe as an ungodly racket. It contains distorted guitars, scratching frets, wailing sirens, and Lord knows what other ungodly noises that will likely get the cops called on you at 3 a.m. in the morning if you play it just a smidgen too loud. It's fucking brilliant. Admittedly, yes, I'm a little late to the mosh pit when it comes to listening to this album because it's been out since about June, I think, but I absolutely had to review it upon listening to it because it is fantastic and is easily probably one of the most important hardcore albums since last year's Forever by Code Orange. And if you're a metalhead, you know this ain't faint praise either. I mean, every metal fan and their dog have been astral projecting a boner whenever the topic of Code Orange or Forever come up. So when I say Errorzone by Vein is just as good, if not better, you better believe that I mean that shit. Because Vein pulls this off with the fervor of a cannibal who is frequenting the buffet line at Lollapalooza.
Every time I close my eyes, I feel some Starting with the urges to mutilate, and all the guilt of every unwanted praise.
Upon listening to the first few tracks, you can tell that Vein's influences are all over the place and that this whole album could have been a chaotic train wreck of a disaster, akin to a birthday party at the Rainforest Cafe, yet the music on Errorzone is presented by musicians who are clearly talented and know what they're doing, i.e. they add enough structure to make all these disparate sounding noises that are normally irritating as fuck sound like a coordinated sonic strike of music. While as I've already said, Errorzone by Vein has sounds similar to but a lot more experimental than their contemporaries like say Code Orange, but it's abundantly clear that Vein take multiple cues from genre busters from eras past, like say the jazz influence of Dillinger Escape Plan, the nu metalish sound of Slipknot with the aggression and just how over the top it is, and then there's the more melodic and hardcore elements from old school Killswitch Engage. This combination of metalcore, hardcore, nu metal, and some even more melodic elements, Errorzone is truly an experimental album in every sense of the phrase, and it works wonderfully and gives you a cohesive message of pounding riffs, jazz-tinged drums, and a combination of screaming and clean vocal hooks. And since it's only 28 minutes long, it never gets old. Each track is worth listening to by itself. Some are less than a minute long, some are about 4 minutes long, but it's also memorable and it is easily re-listenable. Like, usually when I put this album on, it's on speaker for at least 5 run-throughs. It is that fucking good. When it comes to Errorzone by Vein, consider this round of experimentation an absolute success.